Hello, hello, hello. What's going on?
What up? What
What's
up?
up? How you feeling?
I am good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, girly. I'm hanging in there. Tired, okay? I was tired, y'all, but I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. That part.
Okay, what's going on, Candy Love? Candy Love. Hi, Daria.
Hey, Zaria.
Okay, y'all. We are here, of course, to talk about Zatima episodes 3 and 4. Mm, EJ, what is the vibe, girl? How you feeling about Zatima so far? And
Girl,
y'all let us know in the chat too. How y'all feeling about how Zatima's going so far?
I mean, so far we Zatima in. You know what I'm saying? Like exactly what I expect. Honestly, I was annoyed a little bit with Belinda, but that was too.
Mhm.
I could just live without Belinda. Like seriously, Deja is cool, but Belinda is too much for me.
Yeah.
The obsession is real, and I feel like you see it so much in this episode, in these episodes right here.
Hmm.
But honestly, the person who you probably be most surprised that I was like, he right was Nate. I got what
Yeah,
everybody
that
else was
kind of
saying.
shocked me. I feel like Nate, like every once in a blue for 2.5 seconds, actually
Mhm.
makes sense with things he be saying. What's up, cuz? How you doing? Love you. Thank you for coming through.
Hey, Lisa.
Yeah, I feel like I was kind of surprised. Like, oh, once in a while, Nate is the one that comes through that actually is talking with some sense. You really kind of expect that to be Tony, even though I do get the whole thing of knowing that Zach can go from 0 to 100, and we don't want him getting in trouble again. We don't want him, going and getting locked up or none of that kind of stuff. But I also definitely agree with it's better that it comes from you than he learn about it another way, because then you're gonna have him still trying to go after Jeremiah, and then also going off on all of y'all because y'all all know something and y'all keeping it from him. So I just feel like that's gonna be an even bigger mess.
That's
Um,
the problem, girl, right there. That's
right.
gonna be the problem is him finding out from somebody else in the wrong way. I feel like if they
Mm-hmm.
tell him, they can manage it a little bit better. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like I feel like that should have been the play, but it is what it is. It's Fatima world. We just living in it.
Right. So for me, I'm still enjoying it, but I do feel like, because with the team, it goes by fast anyway. The episode is not that long, and we pretty much usually be in the same spots. It's either gonna be at the house with them or Zach job, Fatima job. Maybe every once in a while, they at the barbershop or they at a restaurant or something here and there. But it's pretty much the same location for most of the scenes. But I feel like the one thing that I liked about Zatima when it first started in season 1 was like it flowed, and the dialogue didn't get wasn't repetitive. That's something that annoys me about Sisters in the Oval, and I feel like they kind of cut that down a little bit now with those, but still do it from time to time. But I felt like we was kind of being repetitive, like the scenes with what is his name, Bryce, who's another one. Lord, I can't wait till we get to him. He was being repetitive, and then at times Nate was being repetitive, even though what he was saying was making sense. I was like, all right, can we kind of like, we heard you, how many times you gonna say it? But
Mhm.
other than that, that's just a little nitpick for me.
I agree, though. I agree with you. I think that's one of the things that used to annoy me about the Oval, and I never
Hmm.
watched Sisters enough. That might be the
Hmm.
reason why I never got into Sisters. That might be the problem. Who knows?
Yeah, and they did cut down doing that, but now I feel like Zatima's starting to pick it up, and I'm like, no, keep it the way y'all had it, okay? But of
Okay.
course, we know we started out the episode with Fatima coming out here, catching them just in time before they could say anything. And then everybody just started showing the hell up, and it was like a whole party going on outside the house. And this to me was like real obvious. Like, what else is they gonna be coming and telling him? Oh, we need to talk to you. And then you got Fatima over and over. Oh no, he tired and he's stressed and he don't need to be bothered right now. Why don't we just let him go in the house the rest? I felt like Zach was supposed to catch on and be a little bit more adamant, but. Mm. No,
Feel the same exact way, girl. I was like, Zach, there is no world where I would have had people that I know. First of all, y'all came all the way over here from the hood. We know they in the hood somewhere. Y'all came all the way over here to my house, all three of y'all together. That means there was something that y'all really wanted to tell me. You got Nate, who is adamant about wanting to tell it, saying we should tell him. But then you got your girl who don't never really get too involved in y'all or even want to have conversations with all of them at one time, who's almost standing in the middle talking about you tired. Like, to me, I was like, Zach, I know you see all of this. Like, bruh, do not do this. Do not do this thing where Fatima said it, so it's okay. Like, I know everybody love Fatima. I love Fatima too, but sometimes she be real extra, and I feel like this was one of them times where she was doing too much. Like, just be honest, because if this was Zach and it was the other way around, it would be a problem. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done. You on mute, though.
Shoot, sorry, y'all. Even her saying to Nate, "Do you f him?" What did that have to do with anything? Like, yeah, I get it is a different type of relationship that y'all have, but I think Nate again had a good point. Like, we know him too. We've been rocking with him, however long, since they was kids, since they was teenagers. So, them being his friends, they know him to a certain degree too. They ain't gotta be effing him to know that he's gonna be ticked at them if he finds out this on his own. Like, we should all be able to agree on that, I feel like. But no, okay, girl.
Exactly. I feel like she was doing the most because it was a lot of stuff you didn't even know about him. You didn't know a lot of stuff about his family and his
Right.
mama and his brother. So how you really gonna say that you know him? You are learning a lot of stuff at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
Yeah,
like, you was
I
wrong.
agree.
That was wrong. She was wrong for that one.
Uh-huh. So yeah, like I said, at this point, Angela get there, Belinda's there. We don't know why she there. She has said she wasn't gonna come, but she come anyway just because she want to be messy and nosy. And I agree with you. I don't like seeing Belinda. I barely want to deal with damn Nate, but sometimes I could tolerate him. And then you giving me both of them, and I'm just like, it was too much of her in this episode. I didn't need it. I did not need it. I was like, why are y'all doing this? I don't think it's ever gonna be a time that I'm gonna like Belinda.
Cause she fake.
Mm-hmm.
Fake. It ain't nothing real about what she say. None of the stuff that she does or says is real, and it low key gives obsessed with Zach. And I'm just like, girl,
Yes. And I think that's what makes it even more annoying. Bad enough, you already did what you did, and then you messing around with Nate, which I don't get their damn relationship at all, but whatever. And then every time you're talking to him, you're talking to Fatima, you're talking to Angela, whoever it is, you like Zach, 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 Zach. I'm like, I
okay, like
can't.
something is weird about that. And you
Yeah,
swear that you was only trying to protect your girl. It sounds like you is really like you really wanted him.
exactly. Yeah. Oh, child. So of course she come up here to talk to Zach and comfort him. Okay, in his time of need. He over here sipping, and we worried about him becoming an alcoholic. What did you think about this?
Too much. I don't know what it was, but Fatima was irking the hell out of me this entire time. Everything that was coming out her mouth was irking me. I'm like, so we automatically gonna go straight to he gonna be an alcoholic? I was like, do he have some alcoholic tendencies? And this one I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, he got some alcoholic tendencies and sisters that I don't know about because I haven't seen anything over here that suggests that Zach is gonna be an alcoholic. Like, what was the purpose of that dialogue? What was the purpose of it?
But
It just
some people will do that. They see you with one drink, and not to say it like that, but they be like, "Oh," and yeah, I will admit that even me myself and other people I know, especially in a time of grief, may turn and start drinking more during that time, and you don't want him to become dependent on that. But at the same time, even he was like, I don't drink like that. You know that already. So, because she's like, oh, we're expecting, we're going to be having a baby. We can't have you turn into an alcoholic. I get it. But right now, he hasn't really been showing signs to that. So,
Okay, and just using the hell out of this damn baby, poor baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, girl, I said, if you do not stop, you is not even through your first trimester yet, and we is just using this baby all up. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
is this what we finna do? Is this where we finna be? I don't
I
understand
guess
that.
she's supposed to have it covered with makeup, Candy Love. That's why she rushed home the way that she did, so she could be him near and cover it. But my thing is, you're gonna always have to stay keeping it covered, right? Because at one point or another, I would expect it to show back up. So
I mean,
I
she
don't
went there
know.
with a big face, Tamika. So I mean,
Right.
it is what it is at this point.
Gotta keep that thing covered. So she tells him she gonna be right back. She gonna join him in the bath. Let him go ahead and get in there first. And she calls up Connie, but to kind of conversate because at one point she does ask Zach like, "What's your mother's favorite color?" Basically, was telling him she would take care of all the arrangements. He just have to sign off on it later. And she ends up finding out that there's a plant or something purple, okay, that Mama was into. And Connie, listen, Connie's growing on me. That's who I'm liking. Y'all can keep Belinda and put her somewhere, but i'm feeling
Exactly.
i'm feeling the vibe with Connie.
Me too. I was too, and that's why I wasn't feeling Fatima treating Connie like this. Like I get where Connie kind of, like maybe she rubbed you the wrong way initially, but that was all Zach. To be fair, you should have been checking
Hmm.
your man, not really Connie, because once Connie like really figured out that Zach was solid with her, she ain't been nothing but trying to really be there for him, be respectful of her, and I'm just like. You go like why you even come like you talking to her like she beneath you, and that's what the vibe that I
Hmm.
got from her. And I was like, why we gotta talk to her like that though? Like why?
Yeah.
And then she's still trying to, she's still trying to be cool with her, and
Yes.
I'm just like,
He was like, I'm gonna grow on you. You're gonna like me. She was like, it sounds like you trying to force yourself on me. She said, I'll wear people down.
that was funny.
But
I love
she did even say she would come and meet her at the funeral home if she needed her to and help her. So I thought that was nice.
that. She was like,
Connie started out a little rocky, but I really don't care about neither one of these. And the fact that she kept telling him and hyping him up even more, like, yeah, who she thinks she is, don't listen to her, tell Zach. It's like having the devil on your shoulder whispering in your ear. I didn't like nothing about this, but go
yeah.
ahead, EJ.
So after the fact that we decided that we not gonna tell Zach, even though Nate was feeling a way about not telling Zach, and
Hmm.
but he agreed to not say anything, right? Then we get back here, and I'm like, why is Zach still a topic of conversation? Why is Zach's name always in your mouth? Like, what are we doing here, Belinda? And why are you trying to entice a man with sex to call another man? That was like the most creepiest weirdo ish that I was like, girl, bye. No, ma'am. I couldn't.
Yes, I agree. I agree. So now this surprised me, a child. It surprised me, but it didn't surprise me because when we was talking last week, when he asked for the papers and stuff, we said either he's gonna invest or he knows somebody that is gonna invest. And I, even though this is probably a stereotype, I'm not that shocked that he have money because they never really made it seem like he had money when he was on Sisters. But I do think it was supposed to be like his family had whatever, but his family was also racist redneck. So there's that. And he didn't really want to be bothered with them. But what does kind of confuse me a little bit, and for people that don't watch Sisters, it's not going to make a difference to them. But the whole thing with Preston when he was on Sisters, which is the part that I stopped liking what they was doing with his character, is that they had it where him and Danny started having whatever issues. He gives her ultimatum, and she gets pissed off as she should with getting the ultimatum and really didn't want to mess with him like that. And he supposedly went and then married some other chick that he had put on hold during this whole time, to be with Danny and figure out what he really wanted to do or whether he really wanted to be with the person or not. But here he's apparently single. He got all this bread that he ain't been telling none of us about. He said that I could walk around looking like a bum, but I got that money. And
Okay.
he don't offer Zach $3 million. I also feel like Zach always get the easy way out. Like, On one
And
hand, I was happy for him, but I feel like nobody else, none of the girls, none of the women was gonna get somebody coming and handing them a check. But that's just me, y'all. Don't pay me no mind.
I mean, you have that unique background of sister, so I mean, that was
Mm-hmm.
interesting to know that that was the thing. Because I honestly would have, I'm not. I knew that he and Danny had a thing, but I didn't know what happened with them, why they weren't
Mm-hmm.
together, and why everybody kept asking about Danny. And it kind of felt like they were kind of painting a little negative, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know the character Danny to
Right.
to be like on the defense of it. But that's the same thing they kind of did in the beginning of Zatima that they did with Karen. But I had some
Right.
idea of Karen. I know she's not a fan favorite, but I did
Mm-hmm.
understand the situation. And there's another moment here where I think they're in the bed and he says something about Karen.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember exactly what it was, but some I can't remember the exact wording of it. But it was about the money, right? And the other context is that I don't think Fatima ever had a broke Zach. Has she ever had a like completely broke Zach?
I don't think so. From the time she got with him, well, I think when she first got with him, if I'm not mistaken, she had almost hit him, and he was doing like this. I forget what it was, whether you want to call it an internship or I can't think of the word right now, but he was like working with this company where they were building the houses and different things like that, and he just so happened to have somebody tell him about a number to play or bet on. And when he the stocks, yeah, he put in, somebody told him about it, he put it in, and he just so happened to win. He didn't have money before that, but that was kind of like not too long into their relationship. So from that point on, chain breaker. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate it. What's going on, Renee? How you doing? Cause y'all know I be forgetting some of the things. So yeah, he was doing chain breaker. So she met him literally like at the beginning part. He didn't have money yet, but he came into it not too long after. What's up, Moochie? Put your hammers up. So,
No, she didn't really have to like go through the struggle bus with
mm-hmm.
him like the way that
Yeah.
Karen went. I'm just trying to make a point of
Yeah.
like the way that they were dialoguing was almost like because when the first 8 episodes that I saw, because I did try to watch it,
Mm-hmm.
but the first episodes that I saw, all I saw was him cheating on her from the very first beginning of it, and her still taking care of him, and then she took him back. And I know a lot of other stuff happened after that that I
Mm-hmm.
don't know about, and that's where some people kind of get lost in the sauce with it. But if you really think about that, how can you really compare that when you're like Fatima, you didn't really have the struggle of
Yeah, but I guess she struggled with other people, but she really haven't struggled like that with Zach. At least not in the very beginning. Now I do feel like she's had her own struggles since they've been together. Where some of that stuff we have already said, like I would have walked away from that because this literally was still the beginning, and you really didn't have no big attachments to him. And at this point, now you done decided you want to get married. Now you having a baby, but this was before all of that even happened. It was things that was coming up. So I didn't
but
really
the
get the
money
point of,
aspect of it though, she
yeah,
didn't never
right.
have. Because that's what
Mm-hmm.
he was talking about. Like y'all women
Yes.
like somebody with money, and I was like, dude, you always had money. From my understanding,
Mm-hmm.
when you was with her, so she never really got the chance to experience that. I just need them to leave Karen out of this. I don't like Karen
Mm-hmm.
or dislike Karen. I don't know the character, but I don't like them. Damn, I didn't. I like Danny from the 8 episodes that I saw. So I was like,
Yeah.
leave Danny out of
I
this.
had originally liked Danny when they first started. I feel like over time they've kind of done different things to the different characters. I actually liked Karen when it first started. Then I got to a point where she was getting on my nerves. And then I got to another point where it was some things that I could see from her in and some things I could see from other people. I always try to be fair. And I just try to be like, what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I don't really specifically have a favorite, but in the beginning, I did like Danny a lot. I liked Karen until she started ticking me off. Then Andy would do her dumb things. And I liked Fatima from the beginning, even when she just had like a small part before her and Zach even started messing around. I felt like her and Danny would get along good initially when just them separate characters. I was like, oh, I wonder what they put those two characters together, what would happen. So, just from that standpoint. But yeah,
Dang, Renee, you ain't got
he
to come at me
paid
like
Danny's
that.
rent for the first 3 months. He sure did. And he was coming in there cooking and cleaning. I mean, I never thought Preston was a bad guy, but I did feel like his character started getting ruined later when we wanted to be like, oh, it's an ultimatum and I already had somebody on the side and I told them to wait. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why are y'all doing this? But y'all know Tyler do that sometimes. Hey,
Look,
Nita. Thanks for coming through.
listen, Renee,
So,
don't be coming at me like that because first and foremost, I don't even know Karen like that. I don't know her
Yeah,
like that.
EJ don't even watch Sisters. She just watched Zatima. That's why it's so interesting because there's some people that just watch Zatima that never watch Sisters, and then you got those of us that's already, already know about Sisters, and so sometimes some things could be a little funny when we watching Zatima because it's like you mentioning the people from Sisters here and there, but then you actually making it seem like it's a completely different world and it don't have nothing to do with it at the same time. So I be trying not to bring it up that much because I'm like, I know this is a completely different thing, but in this case, I just was like, wait a minute now. So Preston, because they even brought it up and was like, "Oh, did Danny know you had that money all this time?" It's like, hell no, she ain't know. So I thought it was like, how the hell was you over here asking Danny to marry you, but you ain't wasn't telling her nothing about your money? I just thought that was interesting, but that's what he want to do. That's his prerogative. So this is
Oh,
another thing that's like, what is happening with Angela? Because she clearly letting this boy know you are not here for nothing but to stroke me up. Okay, do you mind if I stroke you down? Like that's all she want. And she was
okay.
like, and I know the other girls would sit there and pay your rent and give you money, and I know people
I'll
want
pay
you.
your rent. I'll cook your dinner,
Mm.
baby. That's because Angela still loves old boy. She just trying to hide it. Like I've been feeling like she still cared about Bryce. Cause who the hell lets Bryce come up in they like all the time? Like you ain't never even tried to stop it. He just come through whenever he want to. He have too much access to you. That means you still want him,
Hmm.
don't you? So just admit it. But you just trying to get D down by this dude.
Right. Child, I don't know.
You know, my
And that's
brother.
the thing, because she kept trying to make it seem like she really didn't care about um Preston, but I mean Preston, give me mine about Bryce, but obviously she did, and we seen that more when the next episode started. Well, really, I guess you
Yeah.
could say the ending instead of the beginning because I was so mad at him here. Like, I want to understand why Bryce, and now I'm starting to think that it might be some other issues at hand with Bryce that maybe we didn't know about. Because I know I've mentioned this before too, and I can't remember the guy name. If you know who I'm talking about, Renee, put it in the chat. There was a character on Sisters that got cool with Zach, and when Zach got arrested, he came and got him out. I think he was the one that actually told him about chain breakers, like he helped him out with some money and all this. He just seemed like this good guy that wanted to help, and I felt like when we got to Zatima, they brought Bryce in to pick up and be that type of character for him on here, even though that guy, I don't know, whatever happened to him, he wasn't on Sisters anymore. But the thing with Bryce is that I actually liked his character in the beginning, even though sometimes he could seem a little extra. But then it just started getting weirder and weirder. It was like his relationship with Angela is weird, his relationship with Zach was getting weird. And now he getting downright freaking crazy. Like, is there some mental issues happening here? You struggling with yourself, you struggling with your dad. Like this is deeper than just this business and this money. Cause and then you know that you and Angela said y'all was just gonna be friends. You already was there before and spoke to her. You knew she was there with company. So why did you just come back and spaz out like this? Like, yes, Jake, Renee, thank you. I can't remember some of these names sometimes. He was like the fake Jake. She said Angela getting on my nerves too.
Listen, Angela's like she just wants the D. I don't want your money. I
Mhm.
just want the D. I just I don't even know this
And the
song.
fact that she told Bryce, like, listen, I got my D waiting inside for me. I ain't got time to be out here talking to you all night. That was hilarious, but He
Then
went off. Like, what was you thinking when he was going off like this?
girl, I was like, why is he spazzing out? But I'm like you. I feel like it's something deeper. I mean, we already know that. I mean, I feel like he don't want to let Zach down for one thing. Like that
Mm-hmm.
really, really, um, that to me that bothered him to let Zach down because I really feel like he thought that this was going to be a great investment and that he was going to be able to get this big return on it. I don't really think he knew that Gary was going to drop out of it. If Gary never drops out of the deal, right, then the investment would have been a great investment, right? And Zach, although might have been mad about it when they saw the future return on it because it wouldn't have affected his personal account, he might
Mm-hmm.
not be in the space where he's at right now. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that Bryce did it like as a like I don't think it was like there was any ill will, like
One
you know what
minute,
I'm saying?
yeah.
He just saw a good deal and he wanted to take advantage of it. The problem is that you cannot do these type of things. Like that's not what you can do. And now I think he's just pushed up against this wall because he needs to get this money back and nobody is coming through for him. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like there is something else, like you said, but you know, who knows exactly what it is. Plus he still love Angela, like love, whatever you want to call it. He really care about this girl, and you can tell because
Yeah.
he keep popping up, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's a combination, and I feel like he really wanted to probably, prove his dad wrong because he was emphasizing, like, what my dad said about me, and obviously the dad don't think he, smart, and he got the sense God gave Roach either. So I guess he's trying to prove himself, but he went about it the wrong way. I do agree with you. I don't think it was purposely. Also, the fact that he even messes with Gary, and I'm sorry, y'all, I hate to bring up the people for that don't watch Sisters, but I mean that was his connection and how he was brought in is supposedly through Gary. Because even with the Jake character, he was cool with Gary. But then when you see Bryce and you know how Gary is, their connection don't make no sense because Gary would have been done stomped this damn boy out like a little roach. Like I don't know, it's just all weird. But poor daggone Bryce Child, he got in that car. I said, "Are you trying to take yourself out? Like, what is going on?"
girl, I guess he
Oh
was trying
Lord.
to take himself out.
Mm. Yeah, that's how the
Trying
first.
to.
She said, "Yeah, basket case." That's how the first episode ended. What was it? Decisions. I don't even remember. I think it was. She said, "Yes, he have mental issues. What's going on, Havana? Yeah, he do act like he on something, or he probably needs something. Maybe he off his meds, and that's what the problem is. I don't know, but I definitely feel like it's some other issues going on. And I mean, don't get me wrong, stress, especially when you talking about that kind of money, definitely can send you over the deep end, but." Again, I just
Yep.
don't understand why he felt so comfortable to even take somebody else's money without their permission, do what you want to do, and then you act like you mad at the person because they're questioning you and they want their money. That's the part that's really crazy to me. Like,
Well, it was in their business account, so it's not like he took the money from
hmm
Zach without, you know, like it's not like he took the money from Zach. It's just that the bank
hmm
took Zach's money because it wasn't enough money to
right.
cover what was in the business account, and that's more so where the issue lies. He made a business decision without his partner, like y'all partners.
Exactly. He wouldn't at all, Renee. Not the character Gary would not have no patience for Bryce. So it's kind of weird that they say that that's where the connection came in at. Child, he would have tossed Bryce out the window or something already. But he crashes, y'all. That's how we ended off episode 3. And then
Oh,
we get into 4. Baby, you seen the way Angela was running down that street,
my man, surprise! I said, oh,
bro?
I said, man, I love him.
I was like, not her having to call the other guy to help her other guy out the car. But it was funny because at first I was saying the same thing he was saying. I'm like, no, you don't move them. Like he's out now when the daggone, ambulance is on the way. But then once she started saying gas is leaking and all of that, and thank God they literally pulled him out in the nick of time because this damn thing was on fire.
He was trying
But
to take himself out.
I said, did y'all check on the other driver? Did the other driver get out? They didn't care, right?
I said, bump him. That's what the ambulance for.
Right. Mm-mm-mm. So old Bryce is knocked out. Nobody don't know what's going on with him. Oh wait, I think it skipped. So yeah, he made her breakfast in bed. Did you care anything about this? I think this is when he has that whole
That conversation,
conversation.
yeah. And I already said my spiel on that.
Hmm. And these two, I hated to see this scene. I really don't need no scenes with these two and they shenanigans. Oh, Tyler, I think he does this on purpose because he know nobody want to see this. And
Yeah,
then,
this was just too much. Like she too obsessed with Zach, and I just don't understand it.
mm, mm, mm.
I really don't understand it. I'm telling you, Zach is an
Zach
acquired
should have
taste.
beat Bryce for what he did. Listen, I was saying that last week.
Zach is an acquired taste, and only certain
Mm,
people can be with him. And I do not understand how she was with him for one night and is this obsessed. I don't get it. She obsessed.
and
Too
how
obsessed.
I don't know. Her and Nate is weird. I'm really trying to understand it, but there's some things just is not meant to be understood. Because she throws Zach in your face, she's throwing other dudes in your face. Technically, as far as I know, you still married, but I ain't see you go home yet. Didn't they even have kids, or did they not have kids? Maybe I'm
I think
confusing
they
it.
have kids. I think they have kids. I think so.
Like,
I
when
think,
are you with your family, sir? Mm,
but remember, he did move out though. Remember, because I remember that he did move out to his own place or
mm,
whatnot. But
mm.
this whole relationship
She
is
said I
weird.
can't stand Nate Bug Eyes. It is. I just I don't
Yeah,
like it nothing about it.
I low key like Nate sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. Nate get on my
Sometimes,
nerves, but
sometimes he
sometimes I
makes
low
sense.
key like him.
But
It's
it's like
almost like
very
that.
few in between.
It's like that annoying little brother that you just know don't do something stupid or say something stupid. So you just like, it's almost like it's like
That's what
that.
I was gonna say, Renee. I guess he be, hanging it low, spreading it wide. They say he got that thing on him.
Yeah, he just got
Yeah, he must have
something.
really put it on her. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. What was that song Jeremiah used to have back in the days? I used to run that song in the ground too. Oh god. Mm-mm-mm. So back at the office, old Preston and then Deja even make an appearance. I'm like, girl, how the hell you there to see a lawyer about suing his girl and you want to come in and see his office? Like, make it make sense, Deja, and trying to pick up a man. But this is also like where I'm like, okay, obviously Preston is single. We ain't seen no ring. We ain't heard him mention nothing about no damn wife. And he acting like he may want to go ahead and give Miss Deja a little spin. He talking about that might be what he need in his life. Now you lost me, Preston, because like I said, I don't want to be a stereotype, but we know that it is certain people that they could have a lot of money, but they not gonna go for the expensive clothes, the expensive shoes. Zach had me laughing when he was like, "You be driving that raggedy truck and you wearing them jeans." Now, I wasn't with Preston when he said 10 days with these jeans. Mind you, in real life, his father's black and he's married to a black woman, but up here he's like a little hillbilly redneck. So, but I'm like, not you saying you wear the jeans for 10 days, baby. No, them jeans could get up and walk by themselves.
Okay, that part. I was like 10-day jeans. I was like, don't nobody do that. Come on now, bro. Really? Is that what we doing? And honestly, I thought he was mixed. So that makes sense now
Yeah.
that you say that because like I said, I don't know him from the other
Mm-hmm.
show. But when he kept saying when he was alluding in this one that he was white, because Zach uses that a couple of times. He called him white. And I was like, he mixed. That's what I kept saying. But I was like, okay, but maybe I don't know the context. So
Yeah, the 10 days is too damn long to be wearing any damn pants. But nonetheless, I digress. He said he like his jeans and his boots. And then here comes Asia coming in there. And she trying to get her little love connection going on. Yes, we still doing movie night. Moochie's hosting. We'll be back at I think 9:15 or something like that for movie night with the ladies. So join us. um, yeah, he said 10 days, child. Do you think him and Zasia would make a good couple? Zasia said, "Come
I
by the
actually want to see them
club."
together. I actually think they would be cute together. And she just needs to. I just want Deja with somebody. I actually like Deja. I ain't got no problems with Deja. Deja and Connie, they like my new faves. But I'll never like Belinda. It ain't nothing
Yeah,
nobody
I'm
can
never
ever do to
gonna
make me
like
like her.
Belinda. Mm-mm.
But they actually my
Yeah.
new faves. So I would love to see them together. That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can have some. She's talking about no.
Renee said
Let
no.
Deja live. Like Deja ain't done nothing to nobody. Like Deja's like, listen, she just trying to get her a boo thing. She just trying to be in love.
Zach told him if he mess
Okay,
with Deja, he ain't even gonna be wearing no pants. He said, obviously, you ain't never have nobody put it on you like that because if you did, you wouldn't have to ask no questions. So, they basically just was conversating. Zach really wanted to see like, was this for real? Did you really, was that money for real? You really got that in your account? Okay, is it gonna go on my account? So when he checked and called, it was for real. He do have it. And the one thing I forgot to mention too is that Fatima also was in agreement, which is funny because here it is, she trying to hold this secret, even though it's not the same thing. But she's telling him you should tell Bryce, and then Preston is also saying you should tell Bryce. Now I'm not gonna lie. Before Preston broke it down, I was with Zach where I was like, nah, F damn Bryce. Like, we don't give a damn. He could suffer. He could wait a minute. He done put him through all this shit with his damn money. He don't need to know about it right now just yet. But then after Preston was saying holding him up is literally holding your own self up, you might as well just go ahead and tell him. Plus, you need him to sign off on it too. I was like, well, damn, now you got to tell him. But now, of course, they don't know about the whole accident thing. Wait, I think I skipped some stuff because did we talk about the fact that she called Belinda? I feel like some of my slides is missing. Yeah, we didn't even talk about that. I'm sorry, y'all. Um, that just popped back in my head because I thought this was stupid that she called Belinda to come to the hospital. And I didn't
that
like
was
how she was
me
treating him in the
too.
hospital either.
Yeah, she was doing the most, and she probably couldn't get Fatima because remember
Yeah,
Fatima they turned their phones off
yeah,
because she want to make sure can't nobody call him.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But do you see what I'm saying? Like doing the wrong thing for what is considered to be a right reason.
Mm-hmm.
Still wrong at the end of the day. Like you doing a
Mm-hmm.
lot to make sure that don't nobody tell him this, and it's gonna backfire. It's gonna backfire. Because Belinda go somehow, some way. That's the one that's gonna get it told. That's the person y'all didn't never want to know. Because
Right. Yeah, I didn't like this. First of all, I'm sorry. I'm just at a different phase in my life. I can't call nobody that's gonna be all negative. First of all, she didn't even remember who he was, and then when she did remember him, it was only through the fact that, oh, wasn't that the one that was the business partner with Zach? Everything always leads back to Zach. Outside of that, and her saying, oh yeah, ain't he the one that, like, you know what?
mm-hmm.
Literally 50,000 times. Like, she just kept repeating that, and it was annoying the hell out of me. You really not having no consideration for your friend. Then it's like, oh, you really care about him like that? You really gonna sit here like that? I wouldn't sit here for Nate. Well, I'm like, girl, nobody cares. We wouldn't sit here for you. Like, it was annoying me. I'm like, I get it. I guess she just didn't want to be there by herself and she couldn't find, you know, Fatima right then and there. But baby, I would have had to sit there by myself so Fatima was available because I can't do it with Belinda.
That part, I agree.
Um, but yeah, I had forgot about that. So yeah, he pretty much was like, well, you gonna have to talk to him at one point or another. Like, I hear you, and take your time, do what you feel is right, but you are gonna have to speak with him. And I don't think I have the other slides, but we know that basically well, this is almost the end actually because they get in the barbershop. Now, even though I do agree with Nate, this part kind of annoyed me with Nate because now we putting the business out in the street, so to speak. We talking about it all loud in the barbershop. I just knew that that Zach was gonna end up walking up. Even when Fatima was first talking to Connie and she kept turning around, looking around when she was on the phone with her, I felt like he was gonna walk up and be like, "Oh, about what?" But he
Mm-hmm.
didn't in either one of those. But it's like it's not gonna take much for them to know who you talking about. It's only y'all three that be the hell together. So I was like, all right, like I get it, but how did you feel?
Same, but I do love when what's his name pop up. I can't think of his name right now. What's his name? The barbershop dude, the bald headed dude. I do like when he pop up sometimes because at the end of the day, everybody know that it's Zach. Like, so that part I was like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
man. Everybody know it's Zach. I don't know why y'all keep trying to beat around the bush. Everybody know it's Zach. It is what it is. Was he right? Yeah, he was right. But for this right here, I mean, if he was gonna Tyrone, that's his name. If he was just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
talk to Mr. Tyrone, maybe only then maybe. But
Mm-hmm.
then again, if we know that Mr. Tyrone is a snitch out in these streets, why we even talking to Mr. Tyrone at
Right.
this point? Because it's gonna get back to him sooner or later. That's why I said it's going to get back to him some kind of way. It's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she do. She live for drama. It's like you not coming because you care about anybody. You literally coming for drama, and I just can't with that. Mm-mm. So yeah, I didn't get the screenshot of her when she first is walking up to Belinda talking to pretty. I mean, not Belinda. Child, I'm mixing up everybody damn names now.
Connie.
Connie, and she's pretty much trying to get Connie to talk to Jeremiah. She was trying to see if he around because she wanted to tell him not to slip up and tell, Zach. She did ask about how they first found out about it in the first place. But Connie is saying, listen, when he spaced out on them drugs, it don't matter what I'm saying to him. He be talking out his head. So it's still a chance that either he gonna say it to Zach or he gonna say it to somebody else. Like you really can't control that. And that's true. So that's the part that's making me feel like, girl, instead of just going around and doing all of this, tell Zach what the hell is going on. And all of this could be, I mean, probably not all of it, but a lot of it could be avoided. And who's coming up, walking up, but damn Zach. And now we got to play it off.
Nah, I mean, not even play it off. Now we gotta actually lie because y'all are on borderline of really just lying. And see, and this where my problem be at right here. Right here is that,
Mm-hmm.
and I always said that I call out everybody the way I see it, and the way I see it is that I know everybody loves Fatima, but Fatima is wrong in this case because you're literally. I just know that if we did this in reverse and Zach was doing this, Zach would
Mm-hmm.
be getting the business right now for keeping something from Fatima, even if he knew that Fatima was gonna go off or it was the potential of her. Like you just gotta trust in the fact that Zach is a changed man and that hopefully he is not gonna put himself into any jeopardy that's gonna cause him to go. Why do we keep trying to protect him from himself? When does Zach get to like just do right? Like at the end of the day, I get it. I'm not saying that I don't, but when does Zach ever have to just say, when do we get to say, okay, Zach has changed, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, because he still has to be able to be accountable for himself. You still talking about a whole marriage y'all want. Y'all keep bringing up this damn baby y'all having. He should still be going to the counselor. So, I mean, if you tell him all of this and you know the place that he's supposed to be at now, even though he probably still going to be hard headed and he's still going to want to go curse Jeremiah out or whatever have you, again, it's still better coming from you. And maybe if you also tell him all those things and he can kind of take that into consideration, then he makes the final decision. Like you only kind of holding it off for a little bit. You're not preventing whatever you think is going to happen. If that's going to happen, it's going to happen regardless, in my opinion. So I just don't.
I understand why
Yeah.
we're going through this because now it feels like you're lying and like you're going through a lot of trouble to do so. And you low key using Connie. Don't be using
Yeah.
Connie like this. Like you don't even like her, but when it's time for her to do something, but then you okay with using her. Like I don't like that part of it. And then
Hmm.
also I don't like the fact of when is Zach just gonna like when he give him the opportunity to make that decision? You say that he this man, that he's a different man, that he's this
Hmm.
particular man. So why not give him the opportunity to be that man? Because all to me is just showing is that he ain't changed. If he's still gonna go off and risk all of the things, knowing that he could be away from his child. He got another child over here with Karen, I believe,
Hmm.
and then he got another child somewhere else. I can't remember her name, Heather, from the very beginning. So if
Yeah, that's another thing. They haven't even mentioned Michael. Ain't he supposed to have custody of him? Maybe I'm doing too much.
but you know, it's
Maybe
another universe, girl, because I thought
yeah,
about
I'm
that
doing
too.
too much. I'm doing too much because he already done got custody of him. He should be
Mhm.
upstairs in the bed.
Exactly. I thought about that too. I was like, I thought in the other one, because you know, I be keeping up with little things that be happening. And I was like, I thought that he had custody of this baby. I said, oh, never mind. It's just another universe. That's what I have chopped it up to. That it's a whole nother universe and that we're not even in the same timeline. So
That's true too, Renee. But then it's a completely different dynamic when it comes to him and Jeremiah. But she said if he didn't beat Bryce up for his money, he shouldn't be so quick to beat up Jeremiah. It'll probably be misdirected. But still, yeah, I agree.
and plus, he know that Jeremiah is on them drugs, you know, on them
Mm-hmm.
drugs, as Candy say. He knows that. So even if you go all off on him, he probably won't even remember this stuff tomorrow. He might not even like. There's like, why would you put yourself in that position to be away from your family, like your
Mm-hmm.
family that you're building, and put everything at risk for somebody that you know got an issue? I understand he put his
Mm-hmm.
hands on your girl. In theory, you know, they was tugging at the purse and she went flying. He didn't actually hit her. If we being real about it, but the story, you know how when the story come back, the story then it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. At this point, he probably be done punched by the time we get to the point where they tell him, because you know
Mm-hmm.
everybody gonna say something different. But now I'm joking on that sense. But all I'm saying is that dude got a problem. He got a real problem. Zach, don't put yourself in those type of situations, because you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying. Trying to, because it's not gonna make any difference. It's not gonna make you feel better. It's not gonna make him feel better. It's not gonna
Right.
make him feel better. All it's gonna do is cause more strife in your relationship. And why we gotta have all this strife? I just Like, it's just extra. I just don't
Yeah.
understand. I just want to see Zach do something different and make some really good choices and be like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Zach didn't even bite on it. But I know he's not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Or at least that's the way the trailer lead it. But
Right.
maybe he will. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Oops. So yeah, y'all, that is basically episodes 3 and 4. Okay, y'all let us know in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, all that good stuff. What's your rating? Um, EJ, like any overall thoughts or last thoughts on what they had going on, what you expecting for 5 and 6, or anything you want to share.
I feel like I got a lot of it out of my system. I just feel like we need Zach need to get back into this therapy thing. I don't feel like he's being consistent enough for me, or at least I do. Maybe
Hmm.
they need to show it or something. I do want to see him and Bryce come to a reconciliation. Because I do think that Bryce is a good business partner, but maybe we need to put some more things in place. Maybe like where we need two signatures instead of just
Hmm.
one person being able to sign
Yes,
off on
definitely
something.
cannot move
Maybe
forward the same way. It was funny too when Preston was like, "Oh, he's a good guy." He like, you don't even know him. He was like, "No, I spoke to him long enough, I think, to pick up on that." Oh God.
yeah, she got to stop trying to
Renee
keep
says
things from
Fatima should
him.
stop trying to keep things from Zach. Remember Dr. Reed? Exactly. We already started out on the wrong foot with that. Fatima needs to walk away from that relationship. Zach is associated with too many problematic people for Fatima to stay with him. Baby, you can't tell her that. Okay.
And to be fair, I mean, honestly, like I get that, like these are his old friends and stuff like that, but honestly, I don't want to say that everybody around him is problematic in the sense of like that it affects like I mean, I feel like she brings some of this drama to herself too. Like to me, this is a big issue. But we're gonna say that, oh, she's just trying to protect him. No, you just lying to him is what you're doing, and you're not allowing him to be a man or the
Yeah,
man that
because
you made.
supposedly y'all was supposed to be past that once y'all agreed to get back together, did the therapy, had to sit down at your parents' house, went and sort of, all these things. But really, we right back where we started is like, it's hard to change. It's hard to not keep doing repetitive things that you're used to doing. And I guess maybe that's what they want to show us. Because you literally right back where you said you wasn't going to be.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
okay.
mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Yeah,
interesting.
I ain't gonna lie, Renee. It's kind of hard for me to trust Bryce, but then I do feel like it's something deeper. But I feel like with that guy going on right now, he ain't got time to get into whatever the deeper things is. I do feel like he's probably gonna feel bad once he finds out about this whole car accident thing.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
they definitely played that up.
yeah, mm-hmm,
He's gonna wish that he had called him earlier and all that, yada
mm-hmm,
yada yada. But it was up to him to take his time when he was ready to tell him. Bryce, what Bryce did was wrong. I'm just not. I just
mm-hmm,
don't think that he had ill intentions behind it, and I
mm-hmm.
still think it was a good investment for somebody else to invest $3 million in it. That means it had to be a
Yeah,
good investment. But he was wrong for going through with it when Zach said,
mm-hmm.
"Don't do it." And that
Yeah,
wouldn't make me not trust
exactly.
him in the sense of not do business with him. That would make me put things in place so that he
Mm-hmm.
can't ever do this, because clearly he has good business decisions, but he made a bad choice when he decided to, didn't want to pass up on the offer. Like, and I get
Right.
that, but at the same time, like, bro, you cannot do that. We are a partnership, so you can't just go off and make all these decisions by yourself. If I say no, then it's just no. But now if we
Mm-hmm.
say two people have to sign, then guess what? Two of us got to sign, so it can't happen. You just got to put protections in place, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would have every protection there is. That nothing wouldn't be able to move without me being
Mhm.
notified. Period. Okay.
Exactly. That's what needs.
Um. But yeah, this was a pretty decent episodes overall. I just did feel like some things was repetitive, and Belinda, if y'all could keep her off my TV screen, I think I would like it a lot better. She makes it lose some points for me because it's like you're not a good friend to Fatima or Angela. Yeah, I don't know what the hell you doing when they. I don't see nothing positive of this lady, so it's just like no, thank you. I don't need it. Um, and I really want Angela to figure out what she's feeling or going through, child. I don't know. Because obviously we definitely have it confirmed if anybody was not so sure before that a lot of what she's doing is still because she do have feelings for Bryce. And then there's nothing like thinking that somebody that you care about life is in jeopardy or you could possibly lose them to make you even more be like, oh my god, I didn't know, I felt like you wasn't gonna make it, and then that love come up even more. So yeah, he's still traumatized from that kiss. Child, listen, let it go. I mean, if you saying you moved on, that's the thing. People be saying they moved on from stuff. And I know because you forgive, you don't forget. But if you saying you moved on, then you do, you can't keep going back and forth with that either, child. Either you do or you don't.
I mean,
Um,
in all fairness, if I'm just gonna, for whatever reason, I'm on opposite end day today. For whatever reason, let's just be real. Like Zach was doing some things that maybe his people ain't used to. Because I
hmm
will say this, like people in the like guys in the gym and stuff or whatever, maybe in certain, it depends on where you from. They used to
hmm
hanging out with each other and all this, but Bryce saw that as something else. I mean, so Zach stopped being so
Yeah,
damn
that whole thing, I
pressure.
don't know why they wanted to even have that relationship go weird like that because even the thing that Zach said to him, granted you drunk, you not drunk, whatever, because you know how they say drunk people and angry people speak the truth. But the whole thing of like your brain being in Fatima's body or something, it was like, why did we even go there? Why would we have Zach saying that? Why? Like everything about it was weird. I'm like,
It was a lot of weird things to that. I
Yeah,
was
we talked
like,
about that last week too. Like, why did Bryce think that Angela, like, you gonna come to her for money? Then my thing was he literally just left Angela house. She already had told him what about a long shot, but she was like, "You gotta go." Then you come right back and you cursing her out, and you making your situation with your father her problem. I don't know. There's a lot of weird things, child.
Bryce
But
needs help. He needs
yeah,
Dr.
he
Reed.
do. He do. After we get him physically okay, he needs Dr. Reed to come down there and see him too, cause
Mm-hmm.
he needs
That's what
some
he needs.
sessions. Yeah, and then we could tell him about the money. I don't feel like he need to know about no money until he get himself together in other areas. But that was the episode, y'all, and we actually have a movie night with the ladies that will be joining in a little bit. Gonna go, to the ladies' room and refresh the drinks. If y'all could come and join us on that, please do. EJ, you got anything else going on you want to tell the people about before we get out of here?
I'll have my reviews up for Zatima, probably up sometime tonight. Candy Love and I did Queen's Court, so I'm still editing that video, so I'll have that one up as well. I'm actually liking Queen's Court, y'all. It's interesting. And so, and then what's today? Thursday. Oh, and then just the regular stuff. We'll be hanging out with the ladies tomorrow, and then Saturday
Mm-hmm.
is book club. If you like books, we have book club in the Discord, so definitely come through for that. That's about it.
Yeah. What was I about to say? Yeah, I pretty much got the same things as EJ. I think we do Found Tomorrow and Reasonable Doubt. That was an interesting episode. Um, and then I'm gonna get up my Zatima. I don't even know when, y'all. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah, I'm tired. Okay, but it'll be up. And then I think I'm on a little break until maybe Sunday, and then we keep going again.
Yeah,
That's
Monday.
what's happening. But make sure y'all follow us on social media as well. We trying to get our numbers up over there. Join the Discord if you're not in the Discord. Hit that like, okay, comment, subscribe. If you're watching this on a replay, let us know replay game you came by. Okay, put some flames up in the sky. Thank
Hey,
you, Renee. Thank you, Havana. Appreciate you, Nita, Moochie, Daria, Lisa, everybody that came through. We catch y'all on the next go round. See
okay.
ya.